For this popular in the social palace, they will say, let the person wey sabi road follow am. This is the first time that a thoroughbred politician, thoroughbred administrator, somebody who has seen it, who has gone through the crucible of politics, especially progressive politics in Nigeria, has emerged as president of Nigeria. That is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let us trace it from 1999, the one that we know, that we are part of. The first, military person. Second, military, hand over to somebody who is going to be an accolade of military. So, going out of that, military person. Now, this is the first time. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was one of the pro-democracy activists who retrieved democracy from the jackpot of the military junta. He had that experience. He knew how it was to be outside democracy, to be outside popular democracy or popular governance. He knew it. He has experienced it. Now he became governor. He was even a senator. He became governor. So he now became governor. When he was governor, what he thought then should be ideal governance and administration, he now put it to practice in Lagos. And we know what Lagos became then. Lagos stood out, and up to today, Lagos is still standing out. That's why they will now call Lagos Center of Excellence. Nobody has ever contravened it. Nobody has ever controverted it, that Lagos is not a center of excellence. It started during his period. Now, somebody like that, now, he started with AD. There was a time AD had about 6 governors. It was reduced to only 1, and that was the then governor, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is now the president of Nigeria. Now, he did not jump ship. He said, look, the progressives, we have to build it. He called like minds. They now started, they stayed in it. They changed to AC. From AC, they changed to ACN. From ACN, he said that, look, we have to look for like minds outside, elsewhere, from within our own party, within our own political progressive caucus. They now came in, brought in CPC, brought in some fragments of APGA, some fragments of APP or ANPP or whatever they call themselves. So brought them together. And then some NPDP then. We call them NPDP, New PDP, who could not get accommodation within the conservatives, the new conservatives who called themselves PDP then. Brought them together. It became APC. You know, it has gone through the lines. It is like a gold. Before a gold can start shining, it must go through that furnace, that firing. He has gone through it. So after it, the same person, he was not so over ambitious to be saying that every time I have to be pasting my poster because I want to become president. He was never. He waited for his own time. He waited for the apt time. The time that he knew Nigerians would need his services. That he knew Nigerian progressives would need to pull everything together, to assemble everybody and everything and every idea together to move Nigeria forward. It now came out. That was the first time you see his poster that he wanted to be a president. When he wanted to be senator, he put a poster out and he became senator. When he wanted to be governor, he put a poster out and he became governor. So when he wanted to become a president, he put a poster out and he became president. Look, you must know that person is a strategist. Now, after that one, when he's now elected, are you now telling me that with those experiences, with what he has passed through, with the period of exile, when the military sent him away from Nigeria with other Nigerians, coming back to establish progressive politics, and then getting to all those spheres, that he is not going to be a very different politician, not going to be a very different administrator, not going to be a very different president. My brother. That's why he's very different. That's why it's easy for him to attract to attract other people that are progressively minded. You know, let me tell you something. Nigerians majorly, we are socialist progressive people. Nigerians generally, majority of us, 80% of Nigerians are. That's why they find accommodation in APC, which is a progeny of social democracy. You know, Nigerians, average Nigerians, cannot find accommodation within conservatism. So those people that call themselves conservatives, conservative is that it's like Machiavellian. The edge shall justify the means. Law of nature. Whatever you get, you get. Who know they there, no they there. Who they there, who know they well, no they there at all. That's conservatism. That is not the hormone of an average Nigerian. So that's why all those people that have strayed into the palace, into the corridor, into the periphery, into the gardens, into the kingdom, into the fiefdom, into the harem of the conservatives, are now retracing their steps back when they now see a pathfinder, a frontliner, a torchbearer who has paid his dues progressively. That's why they are now aligning with Tinubu. That's what is happening. And then there can never be implosion. Because it's like if you are in a family, your own father, mother, if they have 10 children, are you going to fall out because your family is large? Are you going to change your name because your family is large? Are you going to beat yourself over meal because your family is large? No. That's what is happening to APC. So it's a big family that have now found themselves together. So that's why they can never be implosion. They can only be implosion when on like minds, when they want to parade themselves as a collage of a rainbow that cannot pick themselves, that do not have any glue that can band them together, where they do not have the same destiny, the same plan, the same plot, the same idea, the same ideology, and the same way and means.